Welcome friends. Let's try to discuss different theories of selling. We'll be discussing 4 different theories of selling today. One is the AIDAS theory, second is the right set of circumstances theory, third is the buying formula theory, and next one is the behavioral equation theories. Apart from these theories, I'll be talking about the peak theory as well as spin selling or spin theory in this discussion. AIDAS acronym was devised by Strong in 1925. The interesting paper he wrote on theories of selling published in Journal of Applied Psychology. But many people give credit of AIDAS to E. St. Elmo Lewis for developing this approach in way back 1898. The 5 major points in AIDAS theory are securing attention, gain interest, kindle desire, inducing action, and building satisfaction. So attention, interest, desire, and action and satisfaction are part of the AIDAS theory. Let's try to understand in detail. The AIDAS theory talks about securing attention. Securing attention means making efforts to surprise your customer to get connected with your company and product. AIDAS theory is the first phase, talks about attention building. As we know that the first impression is a key to success, the salesperson should try to develop or build a favorable impression first. So they have to strategize to get the customer's attention. So here the salesperson tries to give more information to the customer. So here the salespersons expect that the prospects should respond. They should listen to you, and you should try to develop a kind of strategy to pull your customer towards you. So the first few minutes of the interaction is very crucial for sales success. And the first step of AIDAS theory talks about building this rapport. The second step talks about gaining interest. In the gaining interest, the salesperson needs to continue to grab the attention of the customer. For this, they have to listen to them and they have to talk to them related to the problems they are facing. And if required, the salesperson needs to demonstrate the things. So here the salesperson needs to make the customers more involved, and they have to develop enthusiasm for the product. They have to show a video, they have to show some visuals, they have to show some graphics, they have to show some charts, or maybe they have to show some technological assistance pages. The third phase is kindle desire. The kindle desire is all about creating interest in the mind of the customer, because the interest will lead to desire. Desire is a move towards motivation to act. So it shows that the solution towards the product. In this phase, tell your prospect how they are going to get the product and in which form they are going to get it. Answer the queries of your customers or your prospects. Handle the objections. Answering queries very important. Sometimes you have to answer the queries first before the customer could able to ask you those things. It shows your experience in selling will help you, but most important thing is to create the desire. Creating desire will lead to the next stage, which is called inducing action. The action means sales, the actions means closing. Here the prospects are accepting the deal. It is also called close the deal. Here the prospect is accepting the proposal. Salesperson need to apply closing techniques, suggesting different alternatives. In this phase, we will request the salespersons to close the deals if they are fully convinced that the prospects have understood the selling process, the entire problems have been solved. Last phase of AIDAS theory is talking about building satisfaction. Building satisfaction means ensuring the customers are happy. A happy customer is going to come back to your premise again and again. So you have to strategize some of the loyalty programs. Provide your customers after sales service. Follow up. Tell your customers that how important they are, and they have taken a right decision by selecting your product or by buying your product. So in this phase, the customers need to be given assurance that they have taken a decision which is going to be the best decision in their life. So AIDAS theory in a nutshell talks about attention, interest, desire, and action. Before going to the next important theory, I can talk about another theory which is very much aligned with AIDAS theory, is peak theory. PEAK means the acronym PEAK. P means prospect, E means engage, A means acquire, and K means customers retention. So prospect means the initial contact, E means engage, that talks about qualifying, questioning, listening and understanding your customer. A means acquire, which means close or negotiation or present the solution to the customer. At the same time, K means satisfaction, retention, which also talks about the services and the supports you are going to provide to your customer. At the same time, I'm going to talk about another theory which is called the spin selling. I'll be discussing about spin selling in a detailed video. Spin selling has been developed by Neil Rackham, and this is the most successful approach of selling today's generation. It talks about the probing method or asking questioning method to your customers. Here the listening aspect or the listening skill of a salesperson is more important. The beauty of spin selling is that the salesperson needs to ask the right question at the right time. If the question is right, the solutions or the answers provided by the customer will lead the salesperson to provide a better solution or suggest a better product. So the spin selling talks about SPIN. The acronym is SPIN. S means the situation questions, P means problem questions, I means implication questions, N means need payoff questions. Next important theories of selling is right set of circumstances theory. Right set of circumstances theory is a connection with Pavlov. So this theory is related to a situation response approach. Mostly we have to consider the external as well as internal factors affecting the prospect. Salesperson has an opinion that everything is right for the sales. All the circumstances and situations cause the buyer to respond in a predictable way. This theory also talks about that the skilled and experienced salesperson would be able to manage the situation and sales efficiently. Next important theory is buying formula theory. This theory emphasizes the buyer side of the buyer-seller diet. The presentation of their theory can be like this. The customer is having a need, which is a problem. At the same time, he wants a solution. The solution can be in terms of a product or service. Then the customer will purchase. At the same time, the next step will be satisfaction. Each and every step of buying formula theory will have some variables. Next important theory we can discuss about behavioral equation theory. Behavioral equation theory is based on the stimulus response model. Here, the marketing stimulus can be the 4P: product, price, place, promotion, and the external stimulus like pestle, political, economic, social, technological, environmental, as well as legal aspects. The buyer's responses are product choices, brand choices, store choices, dealer choices, time of purchase, unit of purchase, or amount of purchase or frequency of purchase, etc. If B is equal to the purchase, P is the force of habit, D is the present drive, and K is the value or the satisfaction, V is the Q intensity, then we can say that the B is equal to PDKV. Drive is called the strong internal stimulus. Qs are the weak stimulus. We can say two different types of Qs. It can be triggering, it can be non-triggering. Response is what the buyers do. Reinforcement is the strengthens of the buyer's response tendency. If P is positive, K is active, and if K and P both are positive, then the customer loyalty is very high. These are different theories of selling which will be applicable for the salesperson to sell. The experience of a salesperson will drive him to adopt these theories, but at the same time, these theories are definitely going to help or drive the salesperson to achieve its objective. So in a nutshell, we discuss what are the different theories of selling. So how you are going to sell, that is a challenge for you. The assignment I can give you that if you are selling a laptop to somebody, what would be your approach? How you are going to use AIDAS theory to sell a laptop? How you are going to draw the attention, create interest, and then desire the action and satisfaction? Do share the plan with me so that we can discuss. Thank you very much for giving attention.